Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Lunchtime Digest for April 28, 2025. Happy Monday, Haley.
Happy Monday, Micah.
It is so good to see everyone. And we've had a lot of rain, and now we have like a brief moment, at least, of no rain. And then I think it's coming back again. So, certainly a lot of rain that has been happening. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Haley, what is going on at OCI?
So, we have a lot of incredibly exciting things coming up. And so, again, to remind you all, we have a full list of trainings for June. So, the first 3 Saturdays in June, June 1st, June 8th, I'm sorry, June 1st, June 8th, and June 20, I can't do math, 20, oh, 15th, I'm sorry. 1st, 8th, 15th. There we go. I can count by sevens. We have full days of trainings at the Halo Project's new location. Day one on June 1st, we're going to have a full day of Lisa King. So Lisa King is one of our highest rated presenters, one of my favorite people to work with. She's a fantastic trainer, but she'll be doing two trainings with us on June 1st. One of them is working with trauma and substance abuse, and the other one is working with resilience in trauma. And so two great trainings with Lisa. Week two, we will have our old friend Kayla Jones. So Kayla Jones will be doing two presentations with us. She'll be discussing in the morning the introduction to sex therapy, in the afternoon the ethics of working with couples. And so if you need your ethics, or if you just need a really great training, or you just want to say hi to Kayla, make sure to join us on June 8th. And then June 15th, we have two incredible trainings. In the morning, we'll have Jamie Lavecchio. So she'll be talking about harm reduction and substance abuse. So that'll be a drug and alcohol specific training. In the afternoon, we'll have our very own Terry Shoeline. So Terry Shoeline will be doing supervision training. And the topic of that training is going to be how supervisors can help candidates to find their own therapeutic modality. And so I think that's going to be a really interesting topic. Terry is great at coming up with not just your everyday average supervision topics. She's presented supervision topics for us at the Summer Super Summit. And so every time she brings a new topic, it's a different slant, a different spin. And so I think that we're in for a great time with Terry. That is, again, on the 15th. And so yes, we have that going on. And also, 2 weeks from this Thursday, we have the Summer Super Summit. And so the Summer Super Summit, May 15th and 16th this year, we have a full lineup of incredible presenters. We have 14 hours, 2 days, 3 tracks. You can get your substance abuse specific hours. We'll have 11.5 hours of substance abuse specific, 3 hours of supervision, 3 hours of ethics, and much, much more. We're also working on our networking event for Thursday. We're working on our games, putting together our conference booklet this week. So we are revved up, ready to go, ready to have some fun, and hopefully you guys can join us too.
Yes, yeah, we're really excited about all these trainings coming up, and certainly excited about the Summer Super Summit coming up. And one of the things that really just makes me feel really good, of course, we promote it and talk about Summer Super Summit any chance that we can. But whenever I see on social media other people talk about the Summer Super Summit and encouraging other people to come, that always makes me feel really, really good that other people see the value in it and that they want to tell their friends and colleagues about it too. And really, from the beginning, whenever we talked about it, we really wanted it to be almost like a family reunion in a way, where if you had a colleague that you hadn't seen for a long time because you work at different agencies or clinics or something like that, where they decide, hey, we'll meet up at the summit. And so then to meet at the summit and be able to see those friends and colleagues and spend time with them there. So it really warms my heart to see other people get excited about it as well. And I think we're going to have a really, really great one this year, and we're really excited about it. So sign up now for Summer Super Summit so that you can make sure that you have a place to come join us on May 15th and 16th.
Yes, and if you have already signed up for the summit, just a reminder that hotel block rooms are now available. And so you should have received an email a couple of weeks ago with that hotel block room link. But if you have not, send us an email, hello@edmondcounseling.com, shoot me a text, and I'll make sure that we help you find a place to stay, because our hotel is also awesome. It's the uh, Embassy Suites by Hilton off of by Will Rogers Airport. And so it's a great hotel to stay at too.
Yes, absolutely. And so, Haley, what's going on in the world of mental health?
So I have two news stories today. The first one is a local one. So, as we know, there is a committee of Oklahoma lawmakers who is investigating where the funding shortfall for ODMHSAS has gone. And so last week they heard testimony from the ODMH CFO, Skip Leonard. And according to CFO Leonard, the Donahue Behavioral Mental Health Hospital, which broke ground earlier this year, is not happening as of this time. According to CFO Leonard, there hasn't been enough funding that has been reached. Initially, they called for $150 million, but then just recently they said they're still short another $125 million. This is despite getting a land grant and other donations from Oklahoma State, as well as grants from other organizations. And so, as of right now, the future is uncertain. According to CFO Bayless, whenever they have been returning the earmarked money, they're asking organizations to hold back for whenever they do make new plans to establish the hospital. But right now, they're giving back the donations and just hoping that they can get those in the future whenever they're ready to hopefully move forward with that hospital. So a bit of sad news here in the state of Oklahoma. I know that there's a lot of folks who are very hopeful for that. Investment in our mental health infrastructure is very important to take care of everyone in Oklahoma. And so hopefully we can get back on the right track, and we'll see what happens from here.
Wow, that is surprising. So that's the first time that I've heard that, Hayley. So that's new news to me. And I wonder, the new hospital was supposed to replace Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if Griffin is still scheduled to close, or if they're holding off on closing it. I wonder how that affects its status.
I do too, and this came from Fox 25. This was a report as of Friday, and according to the article, Oklahoma State University, who is providing the land, OSU OKC, which is providing the land for the Donahue Behavioral Health Center, they had already done a lot of construction and demolition in order to make room for the building. And so it's a little bit up in the air right now. I think according to the article, it said that 6.8 of the $7 million that OSU had given has already been allocated towards those kinds of renovations and whatnot. And so we'll kind of see what happens from here. So it sounds like there's already been some progress made. Of course, as we know, and we reported earlier this year, ground has already broken, that construction process has already begun. And so hopefully, whether it is through this audit or through other changes, we can find ways to get this hospital built because we need it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, that is shocking. So that is breaking news to me. So thank you so much for sharing that, Hayley. So what other news do you have?
So another bit of news I have is more national news. So Micah, do you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge from 2014?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Did you participate?
I did not. No.
You did not?
No.
No. So Delton did. My spouse, I remember he participated back in 2014, but really we just held up a little piece of ginger and poured ice on it because he wasn't about to actually dump the ice on himself. So my husband's a ginger, he's a redhead, and so he did an ice bucket challenge on his ginger brethren. But anyway, the last ice bucket challenge in 2014 was meant to raise money for ALS research. So ALS is otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease. It's something that is currently incurable, but the Ice Bucket Challenge in 2014 actually raised millions and millions and millions of dollars for research for the disease. And so as of this month, there is a new Ice Bucket Challenge. And so students from the University of South Carolina restarted the Ice Bucket Challenge in order to raise money for their mental health organization there on campus. The student who spearheaded it, unfortunately, had lost two friends to suicide. And so they started up MIND, which is a mental health initiative on University of South Carolina's campus. And so as of this week, so they had an initial goal of raising $500 for their club, and they have raised over $100,000. And so people all over the country are participating in the Ice Bucket Challenge, nominating their friends, donating money. We've had a couple of NFL players. It's so strange. My 16-year-old nephew took part in it last week, which is crazy because that's what I was doing whenever I was young. And so it's really awesome to see not only so many folks participate, but so many folks donate, not only raising awareness for the need for mental health resources, but also donating to mental health resources. So that's a big influx for that little club. And so hopefully the club members are able to make good use of that and help to connect folks with counseling and other resources in the area. So yay for them.
Yay for them. That's fantastic. And, both of these stories kind of talk about money and mental health, and, talking about state funds for mental health or private donations for mental health, like this second group is doing. And so I read recently an article talking about the city of Shawnee losing a grant for $347,000. It ran out in August, and it was a grant that allowed behavioral health counselors to ride along with police officers
Mm.
and to be able to do interventions there, on those calls the police officers went to. And we had Emily Jones, who was quoted in this OSU OKC, um, this KOSU article that said that out of 2,200 calls, there were only 3 arrests, that the rest were able to be diverted to community care partners. And so
Wow.
now that they've lost that, they're really starting to see an increase then of people who are being arrested and not diverted because they just don't have the mental health counselors that are riding along with them anymore. And so that's sad to see, something that was working that is not working just because there's not the federal grant is not in place anymore. And you and I were talking just a minute ago because as I'm getting ready for the program today, I stumbled on a quote that was talking about SAMHSA being dissolved. And so you did some research on that. So what did you find out about that?
So it appears under the latest presidential administration that SAMHSA is being dissolved and employees are being transferred to America. I'm so sorry, the Association for a Healthy America, I think is what it's called, which is being spearheaded by RFK Jr., who is, I believe, forgive me, what is his role right now at the administration, Micah?
Oh my goodness. Health and Human Services,
Health and Human
Director of Health
Services.
and Human Services. Is that what it is?
I think it might be, but he has initiated this new program, so it's dissolving SAMHSA and employees are being moved to this new organization. It's unclear right now if a lot of the initiatives or programs will be moved along with it. But as we know, SAMHSA provides a lot of free groups, free trainings, free resources for mental health clinicians as well as non-mental health clinicians too. It provides a lot of lifelines for organizations. I remember whenever I was working for a behavioral health hospital and needed safety plan materials in Spanish. I went to SAMHSA because I was able to find some materials in Spanish to be able to provide, these parents, these families I was working with. SAMHSA provides a lot for the mental health community. And so it's really unsettling to hear this being dissolved, and hopefully the goals, the initiatives, and the work that it's done doesn't dissolve along with it.
Yeah. And I think it's concerning to see that whenever the mental health need is probably the highest that it's been in recent memory,
Right.
and yet the departments like SAMHSA is being dissolved and losing grants and funding and things like that is just really, really concerning. So no telling how this is going to affect the population now, and then obviously for generations based on some of the things that are happening today. So um, I know that there's both sides. There's, the government is too bloated and there needs to be cuts. But then also, I think most of the people in our field will, see the need for these mental health programs. And sure, I'm sure some of them could be cut here and there. But to cut a whole department like SAMHSA and to lose the role that they have played for many, many years. I think they were put in place in the 60s, I think. I'm
Mm,
not sure about that, but I know they've been around for a long time. So that is really concerning.
it
But
is.
on a happier note, we have a winner this week that of our weekly drawing. Is that correct?
We do. Huria Shahib, or Shahib, thank you so much for liking our post last week. What did Huria win, Micah?
Oh, congratulations. And you will get a free on demand course. And so just get with us at hello@edmondcounseling.com. And Hayley will be happy to get with you and assign a free on demand course for you. So thank you so much for that.
Yes, and if you'd like to be like Huria, you can do one of three or all three things. You can like this post, you can share this post, or you can comment your answer to today's question. Every time you do one of those three things, not only do you help us grow, help us to be seen by others, but you also get entered into a chance to win next week's drawing. And
Yes, absolutely. So please do that and have your chance to win for next week. So Haley, what's the question for this week?
So, since we've received a lot of rain these last few days, and as we know, April showers bring May flowers, I want to ask everyone, what is your favorite flower? And so, Mike, I'll start with you. What is your favorite flower?
What is my favorite flower? I feel like I should, because I do love flowers. I mean, I love nature, being outside and things like that. But not anything just immediately comes to mind. So I would just have to say a rose. I think is probably the is probably boring as it is. This probably would be my favorite flower. It's just a beautiful rose.
Oh, it's not boring at all. There's a college in Portland, Oregon that actually studies roses, and they have a rose garden with, I want to say, over 100 different breeds and varieties of roses. And it's incredible to see how diverse a single type of plant can be. So
Oh,
it's not boring at all. They're absolutely beautiful.
oh well. And Haley, how about you? What is your favorite flower?
So I really like dandelions. I know that a lot of folks consider them weeds, but I love to see dandelions, especially whenever I'm out for a walk in my neighborhood. You see like the green pristine lawns, and that's okay too. But I really like to see nature kind of take over suburbia, if you will. So I love to see the dandelions popping up all over the neighborhood, and we see a lot around this time of year.
Yes, yes. Well, and I consider dandelions flowers, and so Trinity, she remembers whenever we were very first dating, we were driving on the highway somewhere, and she, I as I'm driving, I said, "Look at all those flowers," because there was like wildflowers, but a lot of them were dandelions and stuff. And the fact that I didn't call them weeds, like what a previous boyfriend had called them, whenever she tried to point them out as flowers, he laughed at her and said, "No, those are just weeds." Then
Oh,
that was one of the things that went in the plus column for Micah, the fact that I recognize dandelions as flowers as opposed to weeds. So I agree
oh,
with you. They are beautiful wildflowers.
oh! Win for Trinity and a win for Micah. That's great.
Yay. There we go. Here we go. So let us know what your favorite flower is. And whenever you answer that question, or you like a post, or you share, or you like this Monday Lunchtime Digest, or you share it, then you will be entered into the weekly drawing and you might win free continuing education this week.
Yes, and so thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting us by liking these posts and by coming to our conferences and attending our workshops. We appreciate the support. You help us grow, and we thank you.
Yes. Thank everyone. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye bye.